The urinary and reproductive systems share the same region of the body, but they perform very different functions. One system stores and releases urine, while the other responds to sexual stimulation and reproduction. Even though these systems are located close to each other, the body has precise mechanisms that prevent urine from being released during sexual activity. Inside the pelvis is the urinary bladder, a muscular organ responsible for storing urine produced by the kidneys. As urine collects inside the bladder, the walls gently stretch to hold the fluid. The bladder can store this fluid for several hours until the body is ready to release it. Urine leaves the bladder through a narrow tube called the urethra. This small channel carries urine from the bladder to the outside of the body. Although the urethra forms the exit pathway for urine, it is carefully controlled by specialized muscles that act like valves. At the base of the bladder is a circular muscle called the internal urethral sphincter. This muscle forms a tight ring around the opening of the urethra. Under normal conditions, it remains closed, preventing urine from leaving the bladder without proper signals. Another muscle, called the external urethral sphincter, surrounds the urethra further down the urinary channel. Unlike the internal sphincter, this muscle can be consciously controlled. It allows a person to hold urine until an appropriate time to urinate. When sexual arousal begins, the process actually starts in the brain. Thoughts, physical touch, and sensory signals activate areas of the brain that regulate pleasure and motivation. These regions begin sending signals through the nervous system to the pelvic organs. The signals travel down the spinal cord and into a network of nerves within the pelvis. These nerves communicate with blood vessels, muscles, and reproductive tissues. As the signals spread through the pelvic region, several physical changes begin to occur. One of the first changes is increased blood flow. Blood vessels supplying reproductive tissues widen, allowing more blood to enter the area. This increased circulation causes swelling and heightened sensitivity within the reproductive organs. At the same time, the nervous system sends signals that affect the muscles controlling the bladder. The internal urethral sphincter becomes even tighter. This tightening seals the opening between the bladder and the urethra. Because this muscle remains closed, urine cannot pass from the bladder into the urethra during sexual arousal. This protective mechanism helps separate the urinary system from reproductive functions. The external urethral sphincter also contributes to this protection. This muscle contracts and reinforces the closure of the urethra. Together, these sphincter muscles act as a secure barrier that prevents urine leakage. Supporting these structures are the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles form a strong supportive layer beneath the bladder and reproductive organs. During arousal, they tighten slightly and help stabilize the urethra. As stimulation continues, the pelvic floor muscles may become more active. Their contractions help maintain pressure and control within the pelvic region. In males, there is an additional protective mechanism during sexual activity. When ejaculation occurs, the internal urethral sphincter closes firmly to prevent semen from entering the bladder. This ensures that reproductive fluid travels through the correct pathway. In females, the same muscular control helps maintain separation between urinary and reproductive structures. Although the urethra and reproductive organs are located close together, their functions remain independently controlled. The nervous system plays a key role in coordinating these responses. During sexual arousal, signals that promote reproductive activity are activated, while signals responsible for urination are temporarily suppressed. Because of this neural coordination, the bladder remains closed even while surrounding tissues are responding to stimulation. However, the bladder itself continues holding urine normally throughout this time. If the bladder becomes very full, the pressure inside may increase. In some cases, this pressure can create a sensation similar to needing to urinate. For this reason, many people naturally empty their bladder before sexual activity. Doing so reduces pressure and allows the pelvic muscles to function more comfortably. After sexual activity ends, the body gradually returns to its resting state. Blood flow decreases, muscles relax, and nerve signals return to normal levels. Once the sphincter muscles relax and the nervous system allows it, the bladder can again release urine through the urethra. This coordinated system of muscles, nerves, and organs ensures that urination and sexual function remain separate processes. Even though the urinary and reproductive systems share nearby anatomy, the body maintains clear physiological control over when urine is released. Through this remarkable coordination, the body protects both functions, allowing them to operate efficiently without interfering with each other. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy learning how the human body works from the inside, make sure to subscribe, like the video, and share it with others who are curious about the science of the human body. Stay curious, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.